The nostalgia of G4TV. Most more than that X-Play, what it used to be before it all went downhill so very fast. Welcome back here again, people. And I recently did a video on how G4TV has been shut down, how Frosk went on her rant, sexism in gaming thing, and how she literally told people, if you don't like it, don't watch it, and that's exactly what they did. The management at G4 supported her and everything, and then when it took a nosedive, they tried to cover it up. It didn't work. People got fired. She put out posts saying that she survived and all of this nonsense, and eventually they had to get rid of her, and then less than a year later, G4TV has been shut down again. That happening now hasn't stopped quite a number of the former G4TV staff, well, certain people, from actually losing it online and certain things they've been saying. Now, before I get into that, here is Frosk, what she had to say on Twitter in regards to what happened there. She says, "My sexism in gaming segment was approved by all executive showrunners in X-Play." Yeah, everybody could tell that it was approved, because if it wasn't, they would not have aired it. So that's what happened. When I was originally hired and cast, you get it thing, G4 made the internal statement that diversity and inclusion was what it was built on to fix the past. I was fully supported initially until doxing threats. You hear the diversity and inclusion is what I just get a problem with. Because there always was, always will be, always has been diversity and inclusion. What you all do isn't diversity and inclusion. You all are activists, and you're using every platform you can to push that. Now, like I said in my previous video, what happened with Frost was that she made some statements that weren't true. People checked, they realized that it wasn't true. They realized that what she had said about PlayStation and thing wasn't true. Okay. Rather than coming out in a manner and addressing the situation and showing that she has some professionalism, she started off with how people didn't think she was as bangable as Morgan Webb and Olivia Munn. You're not. I said so before, you're not. There are people who will find Frosk attractive, there are people who won't find Frosk attractive. You cannot be thin-skinned when you're doing this. She did, and she went on a tirade, and then she told people, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace. That's what they did. But the company G4 and whoever controls them, Comcast and thing, have to take some blame. When you all hire these people, these so-called, activists, social justice people and all of this, when you hire them, you have to know what you're going into, because if you look at the track record of it, all these companies that hire these people are seeing massive backlash from what these people are promoting. And why? Because they have people who work for them. A bunch of blue-haired, pink-haired, green-haired, weirdos, to put it simply, who support or who ascribe to this very same line of thinking as these people. And they tell management that this is what people want. And management believes them because they may have this qualification, that qualification. They go and they get these qualifications. And the fact of the matter is that you could go and study for 5, 10, 15 years, get all kind of master's degree, and still don't know what the hell you're talking about. Nothing beats real world experience. Nothing beats common sense. Nothing is wrong with getting an education. Let me make that very clear. An education is fundamental. Nothing is wrong with that. But you cannot let your own activism and your own ideals blind you to what is going on. That is where you're going to be in some serious trouble. They listen to these people who tell them that, this is what people want, this is what people want to see, this is what people are going to want to hear, and they do it, and they get into massive problems. How many videos have I made covering TV series or movies that have totally tanked because of this behavior where they believe that they could scream and shout at the audience and basically tell you that you're a sick, disgusting individual and you're supposed to move on with that. We see it all the time. I've covered it here in movies, in TV shows, in comics a lot. That's what happened. So when Frost went on this tirade, somebody should have had the decency to say, that is not what the people are talking about, this is not what it is, and stop it. But no, you hired Frost, knowing her track record of having this kind of behavior with people. You supported her, and when it didn't work out the way you figured it would work out, and it started to tank, you decided then to backtrack. She continues on with saying, then I asked for support multiple times and was ignored or directly lied to about support coming. No guidelines, no plans, no help. Then management changed and it became openly hostile. Now, I can't speak to what happened at G4. I don't work there. I don't know what happened. But again, as I say, they fully supported her because they figured that her rant was going to be what people wanted to hear, because this is what these same weirdos, these same blue hair, pink hair, green hair weirdos who work there tell them. This is what people want, not knowing that these people never live anywhere outside of Twitter. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, Twitter is not a real place. You could have a couple hundred bots on Twitter liking everything. It doesn't translate into the real world. The people who live in the real world are not concerned with what's going on Twitter. They are concerned with actual life, and they're concerned with if somebody is telling them something that they don't like, they walk away because the fans have the final say in everything. She goes on and says, and now this is the last thing I'll ever say about G4. People who I worked with were lovely. I gave them everything. Producer, writer, host, and more. Would do it again. Love you all. So that's what Frost had to say. That's what Frost had to say. Others, however, weren't quite so welcoming. They were a little more, how should I say, disturbed than anything else. Melanie Mac, who's she's a YouTuber. You can feel free to check out her content whenever you get a chance. Really, really good. I mean, I don't know her personally, but from what I've seen, she's put out and what I see people have said about her and stuff, like a really good person. A lot of the stuff that I talk about here, she does also. So you can feel free to check out her YouTube channel when you get a chance. Melanie Mac made this post, right? I don't want to read it carefully to you all here. She made this post in response to G4 getting shut down. We all saw this coming a mile away. It's just sad that some genuine people excited about gaming lost their dream job because someone attacked the audience and the network supported it. I hope the good eggs can bounce back from this and the industry can learn a big lesson here. I don't think anything is wrong in what she said there in that post. I think she's quite right. We all did see it coming a mile away, because when Frost went on that tirade, that we know that was going to be a serious problem. We knew that it was going to be a problem and it continued to be one going forward. And then she said, it's sad that some genuine people excited about gaming lost their dream job because someone attacked the audience and the network supported it. All of which is true. I'm sure there were genuine people who were working at G4, behind the scenes and not out in the open, but they're just doing what they could. This was their jobs, and they lost it because Frost went on a tirade and attacked the fans, and the network did support it. They supported it fully. As I've explained before, they hire people who still, this is exactly what people are going to want. And when it doesn't work out, this is the bottom line. And she finished up by saying, I hope the good eggs can bounce back from this and the industry can learn a big lesson here. All of which is true. I don't have a problem with it. Everything she said there, she didn't attack anybody. She didn't do anything. She was very to the point and she was very courteous. And I for one think that what she did was really okay. I think nothing is insulting at all in this post. She just posted the truth. Well, that didn't work out for some people because Joshua Miller, right, who worked at G4, came out swinging. Here's what he had to say. Keep our names out of your mouth. None of us want your well wishes or pity. You're an idiot if you think a single person can tank a multi-million-dollar business. And what Frost did was courageous and well-intentioned, unlike the venom you spout behind your good Christian veneer. Several things I want to point out about this one. First off, Joshua Miller had no right to behave like that and speak to her in that manner. No, none whatsoever. None. And he got severely roasted online for that. A lot of people came to Melanie Mac's defense and let him know that, what he said and in this was total garbage, and they totally reshoot him. That was one. This part when he says, you're an idiot if you think a single person can tank a multi-million-dollar business, except a single person can. A single person can do it. Now, I am not going to say that Frost was the sole reason that G4 was shut down. I wouldn't say that at all. I will say that I think Frost was about, let me say, about 80% responsible, 80 to 90% responsible for it. I will say that. The rest of it, whether it be 10% or 20%, whatever, the rest of it is G4's own fault for supporting it and not doing something to fix the situation sooner. There are many who will say that, G4 coming back in this time where it have online streaming on YouTube and Twitch of people playing games and things, it didn't stand a chance. I wouldn't say so. G4 had an opportunity. It was going to be difficult, but they had an opportunity. All they had to do was go back to the blueprint that was working for them before and tweak it a little bit more to make it more enjoyable. When G4, especially X-Play, was around years ago, it was fun, it was enjoyable, it was hosts who actually talked to you, who you actually wanted to be around, who actually wanted to listen to. That's what. They were engaging, they were there, they were informative. That's what they were doing. You didn't do that this time. And out the door, you had Frost telling people, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace. What did you expect? If you had gone back to your original way of doing it and found ways to try and tweak it to make it more enjoyable for fans, that I said before, I said again, this is what people want. They want to be entertained. They want to have fun. If you're not going to do that, then don't harass people. It's that simple. It's that simple. If you're going to attack your fans, they will walk away. And then he's still going to say that what Frost did was courageous and well-intentioned. Well, no, it wasn't. What Frost did was not courageous because she came out and attacked people because they called out the fact that she didn't know what she was talking about. One, and then she went on about sexism in gaming and how she's not bangable and all that thing, and if you don't like it, don't watch it. People were offended by that because if they are watching something, this is what the people don't understand then. Your audience is your most important resource and you have to be respectful to them. People will say all kinds of things. People say all kinds of things to a lot of people, to me included. I won't respond to somebody if they tell me something in a negative way. That's not how I operate. That's just me. There are other people who may, and they will do what they have to do. Okay, that's their business. But you have to respect your audience. That's what you have to do. And then the last part, when it comes to say about how, unlike the venom you spout behind your good Christian veneer. So because the woman happens to be a Christian, that's a problem. They always go out and attack people's religion, especially if you're a Christian. Like it's somehow fascinating for them to do this. It's not. It's not. You make yourself look very stupid when you do these things. Attacking people's religion is not fun. Just because you may not believe in anything, that's your business. You may not believe in anything good for you. But she believes in God Almighty Father in heaven. That is her. She's not shy about her faith, about her religion. You should not attack her. People have attacked me because of my religious beliefs already. Somebody came out swinging at me at time because of something that I said, and then turned around and because they found out something about my religion, told me that, oh, God is my imaginary friend and I could go F myself with him. And I don't even know where it came out from. Nothing I said to that person was any other, but this is their only way of attacking people. So we have Frost came out and say what she have to say, and now we have Joshua Miller making a total idiot of himself. This is a meltdown from these people. It's not fun, it's not enjoyable. It just shows that they have serious problems that all of them need to work through. But G4TV is still dead and done because why? You didn't listen to what you had to do. That's it. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.